On July 24th, my cat turned 10 years old. To celebrate, I decided to paint his portrait, not just as a gift, but as a way to capture our 10 years together. Let's start with the morning. This is what a typical day looks like when you live with cats. When I wake up, they are still sleeping like little angels. But the moment I head to the kitchen, the younger one jumps up like he hasn't eaten in days and starts demanding wet food, even though there is a 100% chance he's already eaten some today. But who cares, he's a hungry cat. Lately, I've been enjoying this kind of breakfast. For this special portrait, I chose a heart-shaped canvas. It came pre-primed, but I still like to prep it myself. I applied 2 layers of acrylic and let it dry for 24 hours. Then I do the sketch right on the canvas. I wanted to start painting, but the cat took over my desk. He'd like if you also accept all kinds of inconveniences just to avoid disturbing your cats. So I sat on the floor and squeezed the paint onto the palette from the tubes. Luckily, the cats left the desk, so I could finally start working. The portrait is inspired by this photo of my cat sniffing a soap bubble. Let me tell you a bit about how he came into my life. Like for many people, my cat wasn't exactly planned. In October 2015, my family and I were out of town on some errands and stopped by my mom's aunt who lives in a village. Turned out a stray cat had shown up about a month earlier with 3 kittens in tow. One of them, the same color as mine, had already been adopted. When we arrived, 2 kittens were still there. I picked up 1 kitten in each hand and went to show them to my parents. I said, "Let's take one home." Normally, whenever I said something like that, the answer was always no, so I wasn't expecting anything. But suddenly my dad said, "Okay." I wasn't shocked and of course unbelievably happy. My mom was even more shocked because for years she'd been the main reason we didn't have a cat. But at that moment she just silently accepted his decision. Later, the 3rd kitten also found a home. Our little peach, his name is Persik, which means peach in Russian, immediately seemed to know he'd found his forever home. That's probably why, during the 30-minute ride back, he calmly sat in our arms without a single meow. Something really funny happened when we got home. That weekend my brother had stayed home and didn't come to the village with us. When we arrived, we handed Persik to my brother and asked him to keep an eye on him while we went to buy supplies and food for the kitten. When we came back, my brother was still sitting in the exact same position, with Persik asleep in his arms. Here is what Persik looked like on his very first day in his new home. He was so cute, it's no wonder that none of us, especially Dad, could resist his charm. I've always loved animals. I grew up surrounded by pets, but a cat had always been a dream. When I got older, I'd already accepted that I'd only be able to get a cat once I had the home of my own. So Persik is my dream come true, and I think he feels that too. That's probably why we have such a deep bond. He's my soulmate cat. For these 10 years, Persik has made me smile every day, made me laugh with his antics, warmed my heart and shown me so much affection. Of course, over the past 10 years, we've both changed. He went from a round little kitten to a smart, independent cat. And I've changed a lot too. I grew up, finished school, graduated from university, lived in another city, worked, and now I'm in the process of changing my career. And through all of it, he's been by my side, inspiring me to create new paintings. I think only those who've had a beloved pet will truly understand this. A pet can become closer than any person, and you never even speak the same language. The love is built entirely on actions, on looks, on attention. And that's more than enough to love this fluffy creature with all your heart. I admit it, I'm my cat servant. He completely runs my life. He knows all he has to do is meow and look into my eyes, and I'll drop everything and follow him, most often to the cabinet where his treats live. And honestly, I'm happy to do it. Yesterday I painted for about 9 hours and nearly finished the portrait. I'll finish a couple more soap bubbles, brighten up the eye, and then I can paint the edges and sign it. Why did I choose to make a portrait specifically? Because a painted portrait is more than just an image. It is the artist's personal view of the subject. You can feel how the artist sees and feels about their subject by looking at the final piece. It's not about technique. Every hand-painted work carries a little piece of the artist's soul. That's what I try to bring to all my animal portraits. My interpretation, my emotions, and a little piece of my soul. And here it is, July 24th. Persik, it's your birthday, happy birthday! Here is a little cocktail for you. Honestly, for him, every day is like a celebration, but today still feels a little more special, at least for me.